fixed the spectator. Oh my god.
That was literally the first thing on stream, but yeah, okay. I just
Hi everyone.
unmuted myself.
Guess what, guys? They fixed the spectator menu so that we don't have to press the down button. It's amazing.
Oh.
Sorry, carry on, Timo. We're professionals.
I just unmute myself and you say they fixed the spectate thing. Yes.
Oh man.
That's brilliant timing. Okay, so after we've settled that discussion, hello and welcome everyone for tonight's race on the Extreme Gaming League channel. We are here for the first time, well, not the first time, but as SLR Tier 1 for the first time at Zandvoort in the Netherlands, a country that surely deserves a racetrack considering they've got all the Max Verstappen Ultra fans, and I have a feeling like half of the league racing community is Dutch, so it was long overdue, and they've picked a pretty cool track for it, I've got to say. It is my personal favorite on the calendar so far. I don't think I enjoy any track as much as this, and I hope that tonight's race is also going to bring us some excitement, and as you know, Tara is also here.
Hello everyone. Yeah, I love Zandvoort. I didn't think I would like it this much. I thought it would be a pretty cool
Oh, you're lagging out.
track.
Your internet is coming.
It is. Oh no. Oh no. Hopefully it fixes itself. Because that's quite bad. Let me turn down this here. But yeah, I mean, assuming you can still hear me, I love
Yes.
Zandvoort. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. It's an old school track designed by the same guy who designed Suzuka. He knows how to design a racetrack, as it turns out, John Hugenholtz. And yeah, it's great.
You're an absolute nerd, but that's okay. It's just...
It wasn't Tilka, put it that way. It definitely wasn't Tilka.
Yeah. It's the guy. It's back then when racetracks were still fun and didn't require big buildings. And I've got to say, it's got quite some spectacular surroundings. Just because I really like the hills around it. It looks really cool. I've got to say. And they've done a good job of modernizing this track as well. We've even got the Suzuka, how's it called? Ferris wheel? Is that how you say it? No.
Yeah, Ferris wheel. Is there a Ferris wheel? I hadn't
Yes,
noticed there was a
yeah,
Ferris wheel.
I just saw one in the background. And
That's awesome. I didn't realize that.
behind the grandstand of the start-finish pit straight. But,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that's that. It is a little bit of a tough track when it comes to overtaking a lot of the times, but I am sure, and I've seen in the past, that it is still possible to find your way past people, especially with the newly designed final corner, and yeah, you can do a lot with the banking there. It feels quite weird, to be honest, to drive that in a Formula 1 car, and sometimes your car just disconnects from the track, but generally a very worthy addition, as we are passing through it right now on board with WoW. He, of course, is heading towards the pits, so he's not taking that in full speed at all, as he almost rear-ends Galileo here coming to... By the way, if anything is off about the audio balance or about the streamer something, please take it to live chat and tell me, because I need to know before I can fix it.
Yep,
So-
absolutely. Let us know. Hopefully my lag issues are not quite so bad as they were.
It's good now. It was just for like 2 sentences where you were completely gone.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. And one thing about this track is that qualifying is really important. Just because overtaking is so hard, it is. I would say, I think you could compare it well to Hungary. Like, that's probably like the closest you can get, because you have a start-finish straight of decent length, and you can overtake there, and then turn 1 allows for maybe switchback maneuvers and has a short run to another corner, but generally you're gonna have some troubles, and qualifying well is really important here. Getting stuck overheats your engine, which means that you can't really do anything about the with rich mix, and you can't overtake as well, and also, what was I gonna say? The alternative, the counter strategy of like medium soft isn't very good here. So you just want to be in the top 10 actually. Like qualifying outside of it is not much of an advantage.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Did we miss Danny binning it at some point? I'm just trying to look back to see when that happened, because he is. Yeah, he's retired from the session. I have a feeling we missed that, and that's really bad news for Danny, because he is a fast boy, and he's going to be starting at the back. And as you just mentioned, qualifying here is pretty important. Speaking of qualifying, Hugo has put the fastest lap in, which isn't particularly exceptional, except for the fact that he did that lap on mediums.
What?
So yeah, he did that lap on mediums. So yeah, Hugo's pretty fast, as it turns out.
That's insane.
Stop the presses.
Oh, Jensen!
Jensen! We were watching the same thing, and yep, he loops it on his hot lap. So
all the fault of the people who asked for us to watch Jensen was the pressure. Jensen is not used to having people watch him driving. That's why he doesn't have a YouTube channel, right? Anyways, so yeah, he goes around. His teammate in the meantime is in P2, and surely the thing WoW must be wondering in this second is, how the hell did you guys put that time in, and what am I going to do about it? As he starts his lap, we can ride on board. Here's also one of the new banked corners, turn 3, I think. Corner counting is a little bit tough here, because you see all these kings, like this is technically not a straight. Terra and I could surely have a big argument about what qualifies as a corner, what as a straight, as he goes downhill in that downhill right-hander. And it's just sweeping corners all around. I can't even keep up with the pace of this track, because there's so much happening. After a full 36 lap race, I felt like I just started driving, because the time passes so quickly. You don't have time to think about what you're doing. You just do it. That's why I love the track. Here, coming into the tight chicane, 180-degree corner to the left. He needs to keep it close, and yeah, on the outside of the curb. Doesn't give good traction coming into the penultimate corner, which is really hard to get right. He clips the curb on the inside a little bit, which will have cost him some time. Stays low on the oval part of the track and actually pulls into the pit lane. Wait, was that an in lap? What was
no, that was a hot lap. I guess he wasn't improving, so he decided to bin the lap instead of complete it, which makes complete sense. We got a who is that spun? It looks like Tipsy might have spun in the fast right-hander. But yeah, I mean, it is sweeping corners, and there's just such a lovely flow to this track. Especially the little bit after there's the big stop at the left-hand hairpin, turn 3, and then just that section after that is so much fun. You've got so much grip with downforce. It's so fast. Yeah, and yeah.
I have a feeling, like when Zandvoort was announced, that I thought just, oh no, why didn't they just take like Aschen, is I think how you said? I don't know, Assen. And I thought that track is better, but and I'm still convinced that with F1 2019's handling, this track would have been absolutely terrible. I don't think it would have been fun at all, because you just have to push the front end through every corner, and like look at this downhill section and like those quick corners after it. I don't think it would have been fun, but this track perfectly optimizes, like it is optimized by the front and downforce and the high-speed turn and you get on this new game, and I'm really glad about that, because that way you can really throw it around the corners and have some fun.
Yep, absolutely right. Julian coming across the line, he's starting his latest hot lap. Hasn't put a lap in yet, but he's one of the Dutch contingent, so he's going to want to be towards the front of the grid if he possibly can. We got Jensen up in P5, he's Dutch. We got Pretorius up in P3, he's not Dutch, but he's kind of Dutch. He's South African, which is halfway there. So he's doing well. Who else have we got that's Dutch? Light Cruiser, of course, Basco Dino, the two McLarens, both Dutch. I think that might be it. But certainly as Julian crashes in a big way, my goodness.
I'm blanking
loses
right
it.
Now. Who's South African?
Pretorius.
What?
I'm pretty sure he is, at least.
No, he's not.
Correct me, is he not?
No, he's Danish.
Oh, that's right, he's Danish. Why did I think? Wow, okay, yeah. Why did I think he was? Okay.
Because of the city Pretoria? I don't know. What's
maybe. No, 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 it might have been an association, but yeah, I thought he was South African for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I guess Danish is like close to
Yeah,
Holland,
it's
so you know.
it still stands, you know. It's okay. It's okay. We all blank sometimes. I was just looking through the grid and I was like really embarrassed. Wait, who here is South African? How can I not know? Oh my god. Okay.
Oh well, we never mind. Let's pretend I thought he was Danish all along.
Yep.
It's
You knew he was Danish all along. Yeah.
I absolutely knew he was Danish all along.
I don't even know why we're talking about it when you absolutely knew. It's weird. Moving off the topic, who's on a lap? Wow is up by 10.
Wow's about to finish his lap, just over a tenth up, almost 2/10 up, and this is going to be, I think, if he completes this lap as Copy crosses the line, does at 8.9, and Hugo retires. So Hugo's confident that that's going to be at least near the front, but I think he's about to be beaten here by this lap from Wow. Across the line he comes, hugs the inside with the shortest way, of course, down the main straight, and he does beat it with an 8.7.
Yeah, it's a good time from him. I expect, though, that there could be some drivers who can go a little bit faster than that, even. Legend yesterday did a 0.6, to my knowledge, and in rapid races we had some 0.5s, so maybe the 0.7 is not gonna be pole, but it is a really good time, and I'm sure he'll be somewhat satisfied with that. He's got... if he's got the tire compounds, then he still has the possibility of going into the pits and getting a new set of tires, as we see Tipsy while absolutely munching one of the boards. I hope that wasn't a brake marker.
Well, I mean, you didn't really brake in that section, so I think that's probably okay.
That's my turning point, so I would hope that it is still there.
Well, you can see the corner though, so the corner can kind of be your turning point.
That is ridiculous. You don't. Are you telling me I need to look at the track? What are you, a no-line user? What?
So yeah, but no, Tipsy is Tipsy's having some struggles today. I don't know. I think he would expect to be a little bit closer to the pace than that. He's going to start a lap now. So we'll see if he can improve. 4 minutes to go in the session, and yeah, I would expect some mid-5s at some point in this session. As you mentioned, rapid races, most of the top 10 was sort of was mid-5 rather than high 5. Mid-5, mid-8 is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, rather than high 8. So yeah, I would expect something like that to be pole. Oh, Tipsy.
Yeah,
that car was
sideways.
Loose.
Yeah, oh, and there goes the
and there goes another one, yeah, too much curb.
Surely because of the missing turn-in marker. That's how that works. Julian in chat saying that he is not Dutch, he is awful, pretending they are mutually exclusive. That's okay. Also, he's spending more time in live chat than he is on track. Maybe he should change that if he wants to get out of, well, P19. Rain at the end of the race, yeah. Oh, so that's yeah, a big brain. That's obviously why Yugos wants to do the mediums, because he thinks he can stretch them to the end.
How far can you stretch the mediums? You can stretch them to just like a 35 lap race, right? And you can
36
take them...
and I can take them 24 or 25.
24.
Like,
okay. So he could do that.
No, wait. Let me actually. No, that's too much.
Oh, Jensen is on a flying lap, according to TSM Gamer YouTube. Good to have you along. He's also
a valid lap.
Oh yeah, he's invalidated. Unfortunate.
The fan squad is very much present, which you gotta appreciate. So.
Also informing us that he is Dutch, so that's good to have you along. El Sunny is apparently Dutch as well.
Yeah, true. He's a friend.
I did not know that. And Nethluk says, yeah, Brawley is also Dutch. So, oh wait, yeah.
I don't know if you understand the reference, but okay. I don't know if you understand why that's funny, but yeah.
Well, Brawley, right? So yeah, he's not racing today, and he's unlikely to be racing in the near future.
Okay, yeah.
So,
okay,
yeah.
I understand. It's good. Okay. Jensen, is Jensen trying again, actually? Because he's pushing awfully much on this considering it should be an in-lap.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely trying. He's a 10th and a half down, because yeah, this is his last effort. A minute and a half left in the session. He doesn't have time to do to have this be an in-lap and to go out again. So this is his last go, and yeah, he's in fact abandoned his last go as well, I think. Or maybe he hasn't. Oh yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
He's made some big mistakes in that. So yeah, it didn't really work out for him at home for today, but
Pretorius.
Pretorius, yeah. In the beautiful black Mercedes. It's putting on the front row. That's not happened in a while, I believe. And it might be a good opportunity for him to show himself and his pace to still be very much on par with the one at the front of the field. So interesting to see him up there. Copy and Astro on outlaps. Gary and Jensen have retired. Galileo is giving his debut in Tier 1.
Yeah.
He is my Tier 2 teammate, and he's done an absolutely outstanding job yesterday. So I assume that's why he is here. So
yeah, good to have him. He's I don't know whether he uses assists in Tier 2, but certainly in Tier 1, obviously he won't be using assists. So good stuff from him. Good to have him along. Just watching Copy, who just sends it into the fast right-hander, Sky of Luck, I believe it's called, and into the slow bits. Nice apex there on the inside of the right-hander, bringing it out wide close to the curb, and then nice and sweepy through this left-hander as El Sunny crosses the line and does a 9.0. Good lap from him. P5.
My Copy's still down, I believe. Oh, he really hopped over that curb. That might have gained him some time because I don't think it invalidated. And now he's got 2 turns to go, and that looked really decent, but he invalidates on the curb on the outside. Easy to do, and that's qualifying for Copy. And El Sonny P5. Astro Boys has not put his lap in, and Galileo jumps up to P5. So that's very impressive. Bryce is still, no, never mind. He's coming into the pits, and Dance is retired, so the grid order
I think
is
that's
final.
it.
Those are your qualifying results for the first SLR Tier 1 Dutch Grand Prix with Wow on pole. I believe for the second time. He was also on pole in China, wasn't he? I mean, the second time.
Yep, I think he.
Yep.
Yep, I think he was. That's yeah, it is his second pole position in a row because Hugo did not manage to do his final lap in a valid way in China, so he wasn't on pole. And today he's qualifying on the medium, so he's not on pole, but he's still third, which is absolutely incredible. Honestly, I was expecting pole to be a little bit faster than this, but still 8.7 is a very creditable effort from WoW.
See, I gotta flex my 8.9 from yesterday, you know.
There you go.
I'm ready for Tier 1. I mean, you know.
Beamer would have been top 5.
I would have been, yeah.
So
I would have been behind Copy. Ironically, yesterday Copy was right behind me. And then he mugged me off the start, so it didn't matter. So, yeah, we've got, wow, Pretorius. Yugos is in a really interesting position because the weather forecast is basically going to decide his fortunes. Also, worth a mention, Icewind on medium. So he has taken the same gamble as Yugos has, and there's a big cutoff point actually by like 4/10 between Justin in P11 and Icewind.
Yeah,
in P12.
well, he's also outside the top 10, so
Yeah.
he's not bound to the tyres that he qualified on. But yeah, everyone outside the top 10, I would imagine, is probably going to start on either the mediums or probably the hards.
Yeah,
I would have thought.
And looking at the skies, do you want to make the Icewind joke, or should I?
It is gloomy, just like Icewind in P12. There we go. That was very, very good. I'm proud of that.
You built that up with such a confidence. That was brilliant.
Yep.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
I couldn't have done it any better. I couldn't even have done it any more close to that. So now you know the weather is quite overcast, as we say here in Germany, where there are no bad Icewind jokes, and that means I think a look at the tires at the start in the formation lap are gonna tell us a lot about the weather forecast, because if there are going to be a lot of hard runners, I imagine that the rain is gonna hit. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Justin reckons in chat, Justin's one of our drivers today, he reckons that last 3 laps, legit last 3 laps.
Yeah.
So you can never be all that precise with where the rain will come, but certainly, and wow, there's such a mix at the back of the field. Look at that, half the grid on mediums, 3 people on hards, and Bants on softs. So who knows?
Yeah, I believe this has put Hugo in a little bit of trouble, because I do not think that he can stretch the mediums for like 30 laps, or that it's worth it. So he's probably either looking at a medium soft, which could still play out well if he can stay in the DRS of Pretorius and WoW, and then in the end go on softs, and the softs are going to give him decent grip in the rain. So that could happen. Or he is in trouble because he is going to fall off in the first stint, and then in the end he still needs to pit for intermediates, and
well, just hold that thought for a second, because Ocean says rain in 10 minutes, says Jeff.
Oh.
So if that's the case, then presumably there's going to be a long period where we are in damp conditions rather than intermediate conditions, and in that case you want to be on the softs. So maybe that's what people are going to try and do.
Yeah, but the softs are going to be really awkward, because I mean, they die fairly quickly, or like
but you can get 15 laps out of them.
Yeah, the front lefts melt basically. Like they overheat hard, they don't give much grip in the end, and then you kind of like, if it's still damp, you kind of want to know, hey, do I pick mediums now, or do I go for intermediates, or what do I do? So they could mean trouble for the softs on us. It's going to be very interesting, and we cannot know, but there's one way to find out, and that is to watch the race, and I'm very excited for it.
Just a note, we've lost Astro Boys, unfortunately, but here's the start.
So we've got 5 red lights, and we go green in the Netherlands, and looks like Pretorius has had a good getaway. Last week Gary got WoW off the start, but this time let's see how Pretorius does, and he's got the inside, and he's not got the move done. Hugo's on the outside on the mediums, has had a decent getaway. Galileo's actually put it into P4 already, stuck behind Hugo's, as the timing tower is having its 10 minutes again, so that's fun. Copy's dropped 1 position and is actually under attack from Gary, I believe. And they go side by side in the downhill right-hander, and that looked very dicey indeed. Gary also wants to get through the field somewhere else. Sonny is also in the mix. It's lots of stuff happening on this opening lap, but it looks like everything is unfolded in a clean way, which I honestly did not expect, because it looked very scary as we've got 2 cars sideways. That was Bryce Evolution and Icewind tagging each other, but both of them are still fine. Bant's on a charge on the soft tires as Icewind defends from him, and he gets shoved onto the curb. That is quite... oh wow, that is
Icewind having to defend. Bant stuck his nose in there into the slow chicane, and almost paid the penalty for it by losing his front wing. They got away with it, but a good catch from Icewind as well, as Icewind, he's not pitting. I thought he was pitting for just a second, but yeah, as you mentioned up front, we've got a I'm just trying to sort out exactly what's happening here. Hugo is still P3, and that's very good news for Hugo, because given that he is in P3, as hopefully the timing tower sorts itself out now, on the mediums, he is going to be able to hold that position for a little while as... hang on. Oh, it's the timing tower is so awkward.
Yeah, it is weird. We've got... WoW and Pretorius held their spots. Hugo's also did, and after that we've got Copy leading a small train with Galileo. So Copy got past Galileo again, and then it's Gary. I believe that's... I think now it's sorted itself. Are you done, timing tower?
Yeah. I think that's right.
Gary's having a look on Galileo, and he aggressively sticks it in there, but he knows that he can't do anything in that particular corner, so he has to stay behind. You're sometimes cutting out a little bit, so if I talk over you, might be that.
Oh yeah, no worries
Or
at
I'm
all.
just
Hopefully it fixes
disrespectful.
itself.
Gary has got absolute overspeed on Galileo, so he's going to stick it down the inside. In the racing point, they make a little bit of contact. Now the run towards the next corner is not going to be a threat to Gary because Galileo is the car length behind him. That was a beautiful move, actually, without DRS early on in the race, so nice job from him. Very important to for him to lead the charge on copy and to get back into that DRS, which we're going to get on the back straight in a few corners.
Yep, absolutely right. Gary with a lovely move there. The nice thing about Tarzan, the first corner, is that it's lovely and wide, so you can stick it in there fairly deep, and it sticks. It might not be the fastest way through the corner, but you can certainly do it if that's where you need to put your car. And Gary was well alongside there on the inside and managed to get the move done.
First DRS has opened, and Jensen is trying to follow Gary through as he shoves Galileo onto the gravel. That wasn't the nicest of things I've seen today, but it is a move done, and Jensen up into P6. Galileo certainly needs to find his rhythm. He's got El Soni up his rear, who has seen how the others drove past him, and now he needs to change his approach a little bit if he doesn't want to fall down the order completely.
Yep, absolutely right. We got Astro Boys coming through from the back as well after his disconnection. There's a 4-car gaggle there between Julian, Tipsy, Astro, and Flesh River right at the back. So, and Flesh River, yeah, sorry. So we've got Danny as well, who's trying to come through from the back. He's side by side with Fox as they go into Hugenholtz and out of it, and it looks like he's got that move done. So he's up to P15 behind his teammate. Oh, Vance has spun! Vance has spun.
Well, he's made it.
Didn't see what happened.
3 laps and is off. So might have been.
I'm guessing it was on traction. Yeah. I'm guessing it was on traction.
The elevation change completely unsettles the car sometimes, so it's easy to do, and unfortunately easy enough for it to happen to Vance.
Yep, absolutely right. Up front, the gaps are close. Wow, Pretorius and Hugo now all within a few tenths of each other. Hugo on the medium tyres. We come towards the end of lap 4. The mediums will probably still be a little bit slower than the softs, but not by that much. And Pretorius now in a very good position to challenge for this. He's going to have a little bit of a look on the inside, but not quite close enough into Julian. Tarzan.
Julian is on the gravel, and he needs to get back. Oh, that was actually... that was the penultimate turn, and he got a little bit too close for comfort with another car here. And El Soni and Iceman are also fighting it out while the battle for the lead is also happening at the same time. And looks like Iceman's got the move done on mediums, which is a very, very good effort. Might also show some tendencies in the tire battle, and that could also translate over to Yugos. So let's see how that unfolds.
Yep, absolutely right. Keeping an eye out for rain as well. This is the sort of time where we will expect to see the first drop start to fall, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But Icewind right on the back of Galileo already, and yeah, as you mentioned, it might be that those mediums are already faster than the softs. I mean, Icewind's, I think, qualified out of position anyway. I think he could have gone faster than that. His fastest lap was on mediums.
Yeah, they are like half a second slower here because the track is so short. Also, they seem quite good grip-wise. And Icewind, of course, has got some positions to gain. Needs to be careful on that curb. He was almost over the white line, which gives you a warning. Easy place to get one, and I think Galileo
Here he goes, though.
Yeah, Galileo is there to be picked up. And Icewind is going to swing it around the outside, but not without contact, as Galileo is... put sideways. The two fins make contact, and that was, I think, still fair. Galileo, I think, yeah.
Well, I think Galileo was at fault for the contact because he drifted wide, and it would have been his own fault had he spun. We got Danny losing it on traction, and round he goes.
Oh no, the Ferraris.
Oh no. Yeah, both Ferraris showing how it's done. Yeah, doing the yeah. I mean, the joke's too easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
the Vettel.
I feel bad making it. It's low quality content. I'm sorry.
So Danny has got another recovery drive to do. He's going to be hoping for a safety car, as is his teammate up front. The three still continue to circulate in formation.
The two Dutchmen. Julian and El Soni are having a mighty fight. Wait, has Soni...
El Soni's pitted, right? Yeah, he must have done.
That is, but for mediums, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. That is a very curious one. Maybe he had damage, I don't know. But that is a weird one. He is certainly pitted. Again, up front, Hugo just keeping a watching brief at the moment. He knows that he's in a good position as we've lost Julian. Yeah, we have.
He has.
So Julian having some real struggles.
Oh yeah, I mean, this guy, actually Flash River and Tipsy are fighting, so I'll hold that thought. As Flash River gonna carry that one? Yeah, he does. So nicely done from him. Tipsy might still not be done with this, but I don't think he can come back at Flash River. Yeah, Julian has spent a good portion of his last months doing oval racing, and then he spins at the one corner of the calendar that is an oval corner, so that's not a good look if you ask me. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Well, the difference is he's turning right here. You have to turn left on ovals, so, you know, he might have got confused.
Out of the comfort zone. Yes. Okay. You got a point there. I've got to give that one to you.
So Pretorius, again, very close to the back of WoW. He's not bothering to use any energy, though, not particularly keen to overtake. Gary and Jensen. Jensen having a good look. Gary having to defend on the inside of turn 1.
Yeah, this
Jensen
is
staying behind.
This is a lot more action-packed than I actually assumed. I thought we would have some intense fights with nothing moving, but there's been so much movement in the field so far. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, it's not impossible to overtake around here. Certainly the DRS gives you a good shot. If you can get a run out of the penultimate corner, and if you've got any sort of tyre advantage, then it's certainly possible. And you only need a small mistake in that situation for it to be viable.
Well, Sonny is getting stuck. Look at the wiggling they are doing on traction. And now Tipsy Bob is not going to be overtaken because that's not really a spot where you can go past. And this is one of these awkward spaces because it's like technically kind of a straight, but it's also technically like a corner, so you never know what the other guy's going to do. So while it is an overtaking opportunity, going alongside is always really risky. And
yeah, it's really narrow as well.
Found out why. Yeah.
Yeah, really narrow. You got to be a little bit more patient than that. I know he's got a big advantage. Oh, is that Bance again?
Yeah.
Oh no. So Bance doesn't have much of a front wing anymore.
Are we gonna? Yeah, we're gonna to. It's okay.
So Tipsy and Sunny as light cruiser up the inside of Justin. He sent one there on the inside. That was nicely done.
What's that? Is that Bance?
Oh, Bance has. Oh, Julian is off. Yeah, Julian has lost a bunch of his front wing. Yeah, we do have a safety car, and that is an interesting time for the safety car to come out because we're on lap 9. The softs certainly are going to be done by this point, so you're going to be changing the softs. What are you going to go on to, though? Because we don't know when the rain is coming. It's going to start presumably anytime soon, but presumably there's going to be a period where there's just a damp track. So do you risk the softs? Do you go onto the mediums? The mediums seem like the safe bet, but it's a tough one.
Wait, hasn't Sonny just spun on a safety car? Because he's... there was... No, wait. What, is that Tipsy?
Don't think so.
Is that a safety? What's going on?
What are we looking at here?
Oh, there's a yellow dot that is stationary, and I think it's a safety car, but I think it's a Renault.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is the safety car.
Why is it yellow?
Waiting to pick up the... Yeah, I don't know. Normally it's like a sort of yellow-orangey color, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of...
Melidas
it's a bit darker than that.
And you guys taking the lead as the Mercedes mechanics, proving that they are very much the fastest pit crew around. Even IRL, even in the game, because...
Oh, Icewind! What are you doing, Icewind? Oh no, the 5-second pit lane speeding penalty.
Oh no. There's even a good reference point, and it's safety car. Galileo, Renault is
yeah.
on,
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. There is
he's going
no
to
rain
spin.
at the moment.
Yeah, that is... No, yeah.
I mean, that's either a major misjudgment, or that is him forgetting to change it and intending to go onto Inters at the stop, which would be in a few laps' time. But no, that doesn't even make sense then. I don't know.
According to Justin, Jeff said 5 minutes until rain. Ocean Chief updating us about the fact that Jeff keeps saying 10 to 15 minutes till rain, so it's It's tough to say. I think this is going to be just as you outlined, one of these races where it's going to be damned for ages, but in the end, the thing that... oh, Galileo. The thing that is going to be correct is the forecast you get in your pit strategy menu at the start of the race. And according to, I don't know who it was, Justin? It's going to rain the last, like, 3 laps or something. So I assume the last weather slot has actual raindrops and the rest is just, like, overcast. And Jeff is just...
Yeah, I assume so as well. I also assume that Galileo is going to pit here, realizing that he's made a major mistake. We'll see if that's the case. Icewind got himself another 3 seconds of penalties. Galileo doesn't pit. Icewind, it's a safety car, Icewind. You don't need to drive fast. Oh dear. It's lap 11.
Interesting up front. We've got 2 completely different approaches to this safety car period from WoW and Pretorius, because WoW probably thinks the same as I do, which is that it's going to rain at the very end of the race, while Pretorius thinks we are so close to rain that he is comfortable putting another set of soft tires on. So that's interesting.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, and also interesting is the fact the copy has stayed out on his softs. Hugo staying out on his mediums is understandable, but copy on the softs, that seems, I mean, either he's been babying them to an enormous extent, which wouldn't surprise me, given what we know about copy and his driving style, but
oh, what's that? That's
seems...
a 50 bot, no! Fox, what are you doing?
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the 50 board had plans and dreams, but he had to murder it, so that's terrible. But
must be the racing line users, Kappa, yeah.
Yeah, he's
no assists, of course, in tier 1.
Yeah, he's trying to spite everyone before he oh, was that a brake check? Oh, actually, we're gonna get safety car.
Yeah, safety cars in this lap. I think that took Hugo by surprise as well, as we have, and a collision towards the back. It was Fox and Gary. I guess Gary rear-ended him.
Oh, Bance's spot is not awkward at all, I've gotta say.
Galileo with a penalty as well for a collision. Here we go then.
Oh, the pit window is apparently open for intermediates. That's interesting, as we see Gary absolutely sending one down the inside of Fox, who's just had a little bit of trouble with grip under the safety car, and now Gary into P6. Let's see what happens to Galileo, actually, because I don't think that Inters are where you want to be, and even if he was correct in that assessment, he's going to struggle massively. Look at that, there's no raindrops. Is it? I don't think so.
No, it's completely dry, right? I mean, there's no way Inters make sense as Justin and Gary scrapping. Justin on old tires, Gary on new tires. We're going to keep an eye up front because Hugo is going to try and make a break while Copy acts as rear gunner for at least the time being, as Icewind has a good look. And in fact, wow, Icewind in all sorts of trouble there. Light Cruise, I think, made 2 places at once. El Sunny trying to follow his way through as well.
Oh, no!
As a Price Evolution, oh, yoy.
That was dicey.
And losing,
oh, no.
Losing a bunch of his front wing there is Icewind, and Icewind not having the best time of it in this race. He's surely going to be pitting right now.
Yeah, he's going to hope for another safety car. Tier 2 was dry indeed, futuristic, so not every race, but loads of races. And Julian has retired from his home Grand Prix in the sweeping downhill corner, and that's yellow flags, and it's not sure if that's going to be cleared. So he might have another safety car, but no, I don't think so.
Possible. Icewind retires as well, so a miserable afternoon for him, unfortunately. What have we got up front? We got yellows in every sector now. We got a spun Basco Dino out of Hugenholtz. So he is facing the wrong way. Jensen and Gary fighting as well, both of them on fresh softs, and Jensen, I think, does take that place. So Jensen up to P6 ahead of Gary. Justin is holding his own there on those old mediums, and also holding his own at the front, or holding their own at the front, are the 2 Williamses, who are still 1 and 2. Pretorius, though, all over the back of Copy.
Yeah, the rain can't come soon enough for those two, because they really, they would really need it for their strategy to work out. Yugos has got a little bit more of a window than Copy does, but oh, I think I'm seeing, yeah, the first raindrops are finally arriving, and that's going to be to the
Jensen on Justin.
Oh, Jensen.
Into Tarzan down the inside. Nicely done. He's got the tyre advantage and he's got the position now as well. Oh, and shoving him off as well.
He didn't expect him to be there, I'm sure, so Justin has shoved off the road, but I don't think there's any damage, so they're going to walk away from this one. Pretorius is really, really close to Copy, and he wants past. I'm sure there's like 50% or something difference in wear, at least, and that is going to play out in Pretorius' favor, I imagine, but still, Copy is hanging on. He's also still got the DRS of Hugo, and yeah, here's the measurement point, the detection point, so that ensures that Copy is getting another dose of the DRS. So,
yeah, absolutely right. Those tyres, though, the Pretorius has are going to be a lot better than Copy's in the damp conditions, especially as it starts to rain. You want to be on the softest tyres you possibly can be when it's raining, and fresh softs are basically ideal. So we'll see if he can manage to pull that Williams in. Copy does not have DRS and Pretorius does. He's used all of his battery though, and there's no real room there down the inside into Tarzan, so he has to wait behind another lap.
So, how is this going to play out? Danny has apparently passed Tipsy into Tarzan, so that's nice, but oh, Pretorius is so close to Copy. He surely is getting frustrated. Wow must like to see this, because his hards are definitely crippling his pace right now, and especially if you compare it to the soft Pretorius has got on his Mercedes. And the more they are fighting, the higher his chances are to hang on to this fight and maybe stick it out as long as possible.
Absolutely right, and Copy now out of Pretorius, out of Hugo's DRS, excuse me, and Pretorius having a good go now down the inside into the chicane, and he will get that move done. So Pretorius up to P2, and he can chase after Hugo now, who presumably he will be faster than.
But he's got, Hugos has got full battery, and Pretorius has got none. So
yeah, and I think Wow is about to get the call that Dennis is faster than you as they come down the main straight. The two AlphaTauris will swap positions. Jensen on the soft tyres, of course.
Oh wait, is Copy fighting Pretorius?
Copy having another go.
He's coming back. He's trying to shield Hugos from the attacks of the Mercedes, and it looks like it's gonna work out. Now the inside is for Pretorius. Copy with one last fight, and that is it cost Pretorius like 7/10 or something. Really good work from him there for the Williams team.
Copy now under pressure though from Jensen as well, almost pushing the Williams through the fast section into Sky Black, the fast right-hander. And once again, yeah, you don't want to be sending it too much into a corner like that. It's extremely dangerous. But Jensen now again all over the back of that Williams. He will get DRS, but so will Copy, I think. Oh no, Copy won't get DRS. Jensen to the outside then as they go into the slow chicane. I think he'll get the traction under braking. He will get that place.
Yeah, nicely done from him. And now I wonder what's going to happen between Copy and Wow, and actually how long will Copy stay out, because this is not for intermediates. Jeff has told the drivers to go for intermediates. I believe every time the pit stop strategy thing opens, they actually get like the call, you confirm the change of the strategy. So I assume that has already happened.
Gary on Justin.
Oh yeah, Gary has made a move there, and that has probably happened. But
just looking at lap times, Hugo just did a 12.7. We're still nowhere near. Like a normal race lap for Hugo on those tires, I guess would be like a low 12, a high 11 maybe, something like that. But we're absolutely nowhere near intermediates. We want to be looking down at like, I don't know, 119, 120 or something like that before we get to intermediate territory. So it's still Copy on those tires surely is not going to be able to drag them long enough for the intermediates to work for him.
Yeah, so he might be in trouble here because these tires are absolutely dead, and they might be dead enough for the hard tires to make a move, or rather for Wow to use his hard tires and make a move on him. I assume on the next straight he's going to actually attack him properly, because he's got all the DRS, the ERS and the DRS, to be fair. He needs a little bit of a lockup, might make his task a little bit harder, But I think we're gonna see a move for P4 here. Oh yeah, actually as Copy goes into the pits, and I think he's gonna go for mediums.
I would have thought softs, but yeah, he'll be, well, unless he doesn't have any softs, he might not have any softs.
Yeah, or he's not sure if it will rain enough, so he doesn't want to get disqualified.
Yeah, mediums it is.
Goes to the end, yeah.
And just to give you a sense of the size or the magnitude of Galileo's mistake, unfortunately for him on his debut in Tier 1, he's about to be lapped by Hugo.
No, he's doubled down so hard on this. He has tripled down.
Yep.
Oh no.
So here goes Hugo. He's gonna lap the Renault. And past he goes. So Pretorius now 1.8 behind Hugo, and Hugo not really losing any ground on those old medium tires.
Oh, is that gonna go well between Tipsy and Flash River? Beautifully done from Tipsy Bob as he swings it round the outside of Flash River in that one corner whose name I definitely know. The fast right-hander. Yeah, still fighting. And Flash River, I think, has got that move done on the superior tires. Those softs are gonna give him more traction, but Tipsy's still not done. He doesn't want to give this up. The Renault's actually breaking ahead, and he's sticking his nose in. Oh, this is beautiful. They've been fighting for half an hour.
Good racing. Really good racing.
But yeah, Tipsy in the end needs to concede. I imagine he will come back at him though, because that's just how stubborn Tipsy is behind the wheel. He won't concede a position unless he has to.
Yep, absolutely right. It was really good racing between the two of them. Here he goes.
Oh, faking the inside, taking the outside. I think he could have actually taken the inside, but
yeah, I think he could have done as well. I think he played himself a little bit there. Copy is on fresh tires, and he's all over the back of this little battle. He's going to go to try and run outside into Hugenholtz. Can he do that?
Oh no,
Looks
Tipsy!
like he can. Oh, Tipsy.
Oh, he spun on traction.
Yeah, he did.
No. Well, Copy
with the help of
pressured him a little
sidepod.
bit too much. I mean, it's obviously not Copy's fault, but
yeah, no.
Copy just pressured him a little bit too much there. Tipsy couldn't. Oh yeah, VSC. I don't think no one's close enough to pit. No one has a reason to, I think.
Yeah, Hugo probably still won't.
Yeah, I don't think he makes it to the end on softs from here. And
I think he makes it to the rain on softs probably. Yeah, no, he definitely does. You can almost get to the end of the race on softs.
Like, will it rain enough though? Like,
yeah, it's a risk. Yeah.
Like 4 laps. And...
Yeah. No, it's a risk. So he decides not to do that. Will anyone else take that gamble? Justin and Fox are also... Gary pits, in fact. He's on the soft tyres, so he takes advantage of the VSC to go into the pits.
I agree, Ocean Chief. This is incredibly tense. Did he have a penalty?
Yeah, he had a penalty, and he's also fitting inters and changing his front wing.
What?
So... Gary has taken the gamble. Fox and Justin side by side out of Hugenholtz, and Justin's going to get that position.
I didn't know it ended. So he's got that. Yeah, maybe Gary just. Oh, we've lost Sonny, I think. Yeah, old Sonny facing the wrong way here, and that has not gone to plan for him. That's going to put him down the order a lot. Was he?
Yeah.
Where was he driving? Was he fighting anyone? Was that?
Yeah, he was with Copy and Flesh River, so I didn't see if anything happened there.
I hope nothing,
it might have done.
Yeah, I hope no crash. The 50-meter board is gone. That's annoying. Or to say it in Tara's words, just look at the corner forehead.
So, Bryce, by the way, showing us that the mediums are still a good bit faster than the intermediates. Gary is already out of DRS, having been passed 2 corners ago, so we're still not anywhere near intermediate territory here as we start lap 21. 16 to go. Hugo is going to try and drag those mediums kicking and screaming until the crossover.
Yeah, Tipsy presumably asked his race engineer what was going on, and he told him, hey, your teammate is losing 4 seconds a lap on intermediates, and Tipsy was like, hell yeah, I want that too, please give me inters. So
yeah, absolutely. Copy passing Flesh River. Yeah, there's some curious decisions by the Renault team in this race, unfortunately. Copy is trying his best to do what he can on those medium tyres. There's a gaggle between 5th and 9th. Danny is on the back of it now, having recovered from both the qualifying mishap and also the spin. Danny down the inside. Beautiful move from Danny.
That was wonderful. I mean, that's not regularly, but Astro Boys also does the same thing. He sticks his nose down the inside, and Yeah, it doesn't work out for him, but Danny made that move stick, and he definitely caught Astra off guard here. And so he's up into P8. He's about to chase Light Cruiser and see what comes of it. So.
Oh, here's for the lead here. Hugo having to go to the inside. Pretorius, though, I think has got this. He's going to go. No, he can't get alongside. Can he go around the outside? He's got the superior grip side by side through Tarzan. The exit. Oh, Pretorius had to back out of it. He knew what was going to happen. There wasn't space for him. Fox and Justin also fighting. Fox down the inside into turn 1.
Yeah, Bascadinia was stationary on the start-finish thread, and he's headed into the pits.
Oh,
Yellow sector
and he's
3.
retired.
What's going on here? What's going on, Fox?
Basco is retired. Is
well,
what's
happened to
what's
Fox?
happened.
Fox has just suddenly slowed down, and now he's being shoved around by Danny. He's lost
I don't know.
positions. What's happening? I don't know. He didn't pause or anything.
He's on very old tyres, so I just
Cruiser?
wonder if he lost it on traction.
I think he just
Light
stopped,
Cruiser.
but I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. It was a curious one. Light Cruiser all over the back of Justin. Those mediums are going to be screaming. And the same is going to be true for the leaders as well. Pretorius having a look down the inside of Hugo, but nothing doing there. Jensen also keeping a watching brief on those fresher softs.
Yeah, WoW is way off, but he can make the end for sure. For the others, not so much. So in case it doesn't go to Inters, then WoW is, well, not the instant winner, but he's in a great position, and Pretorius is now aiming to bring himself into a great position as well as he... yeah, no, he doesn't get close enough to Hugo. Let's, what's the ERS management? Yeah, Hugos has got all the ERS he needs to defend this for as long as he wants to, honestly, at this point, and Justin goes into the pit, so... That's,
yeah, I feel like we're getting towards the crossover now. Justin gets himself a penalty, but the lap times have slowed down quite considerably. That part of that is going to be tyre wear.
Oh, Death for Sonny, I think. Yeah, no wing. In front of.
Oh yeah, he crashed out of the last corner. So yeah, that's you don't have small accidents out of the last corner.
Pit lane. I think he's going to retire. Yes, he will.
Yeah, he does.
So lost another guy.
So 5 retirements.
Tier 2 is just really clean, you know. So. That's unfortunate. I still don't think we're there. Like the I don't know. This doesn't look.
Yeah, we're a good bit closer.
Yeah, we're close,
but I think we're.
But Justin
Let's have a look what these lap times are from the leaders. Yeah, Justin. And bear in mind, of course, that the leaders are all pretty much on tyres. They're going to be screaming at this point. Pretorius much closer than he's been for a while. Galileo retires. What happened there? Well, he pitted.
Yeah.
To retire. And I think the yellows prevented Pretorius from having a go at Hugo there into turn 1. So that was lucky for Hugo.
Yeah, I mean Pretorius at least squeezed a little bit of ERS out of that battery of the Williams still. He's got Jensen breathing down his neck, and Danny's made a move on Light Cruiser, so Danny is still showing signs of life after. I mean, I thought after that spin he was done, but he's still he's still currently in a very good recovery drive. Props to him. That is Tipsy getting out of the way there. And,
yep, and Fox and Justin have both pitted for Inters, so they think it's Inters time. And I think we might be at a point now where I think it might be I don't know. I think we're really close now.
Yeah, watching
I think we're really close now.
Not very inspiring. Not because of Justin, but because of the grip.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's still losing time to
Pretorius
flash
and
river.
Hugos! I did not
Pretorius
see him coming down the back straight.
shoving it down the inside. Hugo is fighting this pretty hard though.
Oh, don't make
still
contact,
side by
they are
side.
hooking! Imagine hooking. And Jens looks very interested in capitalizing on that, as they are still side by side, and surely the better grip must be for Pretorius, and this could actually go very wrong on the oval part of that track, and Pretorius on the inside has a superior run, and now Hugos is an absolute sitting duck. He might just go from P1 to P3 as Jensen lunges down the inside, almost he has to avoid Pretorius. Hugos puts himself at the wrong spot. Jensen goes round. Spinning is the AlphaTauri, and that's gonna demote him to P4, I imagine. Please get out of WoW's way. I hope they don't collide. Oh, WoW's pitted for Inters.
Yeah. I think we're really close now. We got several more cars coming into the pits, but Jensen just overreaching just a little bit there. Sent one down the inside, couldn't make it stick, and around he went. So not a complete disaster for him. He's still in touch. He's still 8 seconds behind. But he certainly will be disappointed not to have taken that position. He could have been right at the front.
I honestly... I am not inspired by looking at the Inters. I think WoW has made a mistake. Maybe
Very
maybe in the
possibly.
future I should be his strategist and not the other way around.
Well, is he
Oh
gaining
wait,
on
he's on.
because Copy's tires
Oh,
are
that's Jensen.
fresh?
I'm actually intelligent. I was watching Jensen. I thought it was WoW.
Oh,
Oops.
okay.
But I mean,
Yeah,
same
no,
goes for WoW.
Copy's still faster. Copy is still faster, so we might not quite be there yet. DRS obviously still active, so that generally is the actual crossover is when DRS is disabled. But WoW is keeping in touch with Copy and Astro Boys in front of him, so I think it's only going to be another lap or two.
I honestly think the most reasonable thing to do here is to just sit out until the DRS is disabled, because in this race, like, it's just such a risk. Oh, Astro presumably going to the pits, and WoW actually gonna make a move on Copy here. Maybe the Inters are better. No, he's not. He's not brave enough on the brakes, which I can understand, because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Hugo must be right on the limit. He's really, really struggling on those old mediums.
Oh, yeah,
Just having to be very gentle.
They're gonna die. And
having to be so gentle. But yeah, WoW, as you mentioned, is all over the back of Copy now. So I think we're about to get the notification that DRS is being disabled. Astro Boys exits the pits on fresh inters.
the fact that Copy is holding up WoW so much is doing a great service to Yugos once again. And I mean, Copy really is a good wingman for Yugos. I don't mean it in but he's doing good work to, and he's got Yugos back because WoW is not going anywhere as long as he's stuck behind the Williams.
Yeah, and Copy really struggling now into those braking zones as Pretorius pits from the lead and Hugo pits as well from second place. So they now are both pitting for the intermediate tires.
Yeah, where's WoW gonna come out? I think he's made a mistake on the hards, and now he's cutting round the outside in the oval. And yeah, he's got Copy. Copy's gonna pull in, and let's see where he comes out in comparison to the others. Yeah, Pretorius is in the lead. There's going to be a sprint to the flag.
Hugo second.
Ahead of Hugo's, ahead of WoW, who is 2.5. He's gained so much. He's actually gone. He's gotten 3.5 seconds closer to the others. So yeah, they're fighting.
Yep, he has.
The Inters have actually given him an edge, but now it's gonna come down to who gets the car over the line first. We've got 10 laps to go.
And Hugo, we know his pace in general around here is very strong indeed. He has 2.3 seconds to make up. It is a straight fight between those two. WoW is on 1 lap older tires, which won't make too huge a difference, and he is 2.5 seconds behind as well. So I think we're going to have some fireworks towards the end of this race.
Yeah, if you asked me in a vacuum, I would say that Hugos is quicker than Pretorius, and I believe that with the difficulties of following each other in Zandvoort, with the lack of obvious overtaking spots and no DRS, it is going to be a fight for tooth and nail. So it's looking good. I am definitely interested in seeing what's going to happen.
Yeah, 2.3 as they cross the line. WoW is losing a little bit of time. 2.9 behind Hugo as he crosses the line a moment ago. Copy and Justin are fighting. DRS, by the way, is still active. So Copy does have DRS. There it goes. It is disabled as he's pulling alongside, but the damage had already been done by that point. So Copy up to P7. Justin's been on those inters for a good few laps now, including some time when they weren't the optimal tyre. So they might actually be a little bit worn in a meaningful way. As the last two dry tyre runners, Flesh River and Gary, both pit. Gap up front is 1.8, so half a second this lap already between Pretorius and Hugo. Pretorius knows what is coming, but in the rain, especially with no DRS, it is not easy to overtake around here.
And WoW is falling off their backs actually, so really good pace from both Pretorius and Hugos.
Well, he's falling off Hugo's back. I don't think he's losing time to Pretorius. It's just that Hugo is fast.
I think it's both actually. Like,
maybe.
I think Hugos has not closed the full second on Pretorius that WoW has lost on him. So
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, 19.9 for Pretorius, 19.6 for Hugo, and 20.4 for Wow.
What's Jensen doing?
What is Jensen doing? I didn't see it as it crossed the line. I'm going to have a very quick look. He did a 19.9, so he's catching his teammate.
Yep. Might see some action there. Right now, Wow is still on for podium, but maybe Jensen will want to say something about that. He has spun earlier in the race, but P4 is still in decent position. And he could make it P3. Let's see.
Certainly could. Hugo now, again, you can just see him gain time on those traction zones. Really is a master of putting the throttle down, especially in tricky conditions, is Hugo. We got yellows.
Flash River! Oh no, he's getting swallowed by the barriers. That if,
yeah.
I think, because I think they fixed the, like, displaced barrier glitch by making the barriers ultra weird. So now the barriers don't get displaced, but your car is getting pulled in like by a UFO. So that's what happened to Flash River.
Oh dear. So Flash River having to pit again. And 1.5 is the gap up front. 19.7 from Pretorius, 19.4 from Hugo. So they are the lap times to watch. Wow has lost a little bit more time. He did a 19.8. Danny and Light Cruise are also close to each other for 5th and 6th. Danny put a really good recovery drive in.
Yep. Just like Jensen, both spun and currently finding themselves in 4th and 5th. Congrats to both. Well, it's not over, but you know what I mean.
Yep, we're getting out of the way there is Tipsy, being lapped by the two leaders. 1.1 is the gap. And Hugo I was about to be in DRS, but of course it's raining. So, not so much. But we are going to have a grandstand finish here. This is a straight fight between these two. There's no penalty. There's no penalties in this situation for either Pretorius or Hugo. So, I should probably check the... Yeah, I was going to say, I probably should check the warnings. Just going to have a quick look. Pretorius does not have a warning, and Hugo, I'm willing to bet, yeah, he doesn't have a warning either. So straight fight between these two for the win. 9/10 of a second, 6 laps to go.
This is really, really interesting, because Hugo's is definitely quicker right now, but Pretorius can drive a really wide car. He hasn't won in quite some time, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind returning to winning ways, and this is his best opportunity in quite some time, and I'm sure he will not want to let this one go by unused. So he will fight until the end of this race for sure with Hugos, who has been on a massive winning streak. He has won loads of races recently, and I am sure he will want to continue this trend. Today the question is just, is Pretorius going to succeed, or will Hugos take another victory?
And if he doesn't win this race, I think he'll maybe regret the choice he made to stay out on those medium tyres through the safety car. Maybe not though, I don't know. He would have lost some track position pitting for anything else, but in hindsight it does look like Pretorius made the right call to put those softs on.
Alive Stats guy, Mr. Nethnuke, has just informed us in chat that Season 3 Monaco was the last time Pretorius won a race, so that has been quite some time. I imagine, yeah, 2 seasons ago. Monaco is always round 6, Season 3, this is round 5, Season 5, so 2 seasons since Pretorius has last stood on the top step of the podium, and this is his best chance in a long while.
Yep, and winning a race in SLR Tier 1 these days is no mean feat, especially because the man in second place is here and is extremely fast. Hugo's in the Williams, 7/10 still the gap, and he's not really been able to get too much closer than that. Dirty air, of course, is more of a thing in 2020 than it was in previous games, so it's still not easy, or rather it's now not easy to get right onto the back of somebody. And of course Hugo doesn't have DRS. He does though have a lot of battery, 70%, and he's going to be I'm sure using as much of it as he needs to. Pretorius, though, with 40% of his own to defend with.
Cruiser is also on the back of Danny, so that's the only other fight. Also Astro and
Justin and Astro,
So
yeah.
we've got 3 fights on the track right now. Obviously the one with the highest relevance is going to be Pretorius versus Hugo, but I'm still going to keep an eye on the other ones as well to make sure nothing...
Yep, absolutely. 4 laps to go then, and Hugo not really able to get close enough to at least make Pretorius think about altering his line or anything like that. At the moment, Pretorius is keeping his cool very nicely, but of course the conditions are very, very tricky as they go through Skyvlack once again. It's now a 6th gear corner, and the next right-hander is a 5th gear corner, and now the slow stuff. They go through. Hugo a little bit closer than he was last lap, but still not really close enough to think about any sort of a lunge.
Yeah, it looks really tough, but he's got one thing on his side in this fight, and that is the ERS management. He is actually, yeah, it's 30% of a difference. Pretorius has conserved a little bit on this lap, and Hugos has expanded some to get himself into a fighting position. I honestly think at some point Hugos is just gonna see, oh, I'm close enough, and then he's gonna unleash everything he's got in that battery to get ahead of Pretorius, who has gone down to 15% again.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall order, though. He's got to be a lot closer than he has been for the last couple of laps. 3 laps to go. And I think, I mean, the pace difference between them isn't really enough for anything other than a mistake to decide this, I don't think. I think Hugos needs Pretorius to make a mistake. He's using a little bit of battery now to get close into Skyblack. Can he stay close? That is the issue for him. He's not really been able to do that in the past. Pretorius will be nervous at this point, though, because Hugo right on the back. It's only a couple of car lengths now between them into the slow stuff.
Oh, this is so intense between the two of them. The other fights look like nothing is going to happen. Lycruiser's 1.2 behind Danny, and Astro... well, Justin is keeping Astro at a distance, and here it's so tough to overtake through, or to stay close in this right-left combination, and that makes the back straight basically useless for overtaking without DRS, and the main spot where it's gonna happen is this here.
Gotta be here. He's closer than he's been for a little while, is Hugo, and he's going to use that battery, and how much of that battery is he willing to use? Pretorius using a lot to defend, but he's got that and a little bit more in reserve, and Hugo going a little bit deep on the brakes as well with 2 laps to go. Just putting every ounce of pressure that he possibly can muster on the Mercedes here. But I think Hugo knows that it's going to take something superhuman for him to be able to pass without a mistake.
Yeah, I think he's got one more shot, honestly. He's down his... ERS advantage is down to 20% now, and I think he needs to do it on this start-finish straight this lap, because otherwise, like, I mean, last lap, the line is too early, he can't really reliably make it past. It needs to be on this lap. You can see Pretorius is driving a very defensive car here, goes to the inside very early, maybe not the quickest line, but he still gets a very good acceleration. I imagine he even used some battery for that one, and now
Pretorius used a lot of battery there. He used about 15%, and he's down to, well, he's still at 35, which I think is going to be enough for him to defend for the whole straight. Hugo has to stay close and has to hope that Pretorius gets a little bit squirrely or something like that, but he didn't. He's within 3/10 or so, but I don't think this is enough.
And he can't really use it while he's in the banked section of that corner, because... and then settles
certainly
the car.
Not in the rain.
It's possible! Oh, they make contact! But Pretorius is just about fine. Hugo's got a little bit over-eager there. Let's hope he didn't take wing damage. 3/10, the final lap. Yeah, they're gonna go through the motions one last time. Copy's actually really close to Light Cruiser.
Yep, he is. I'll keep an eye on that. Oh, they're side by side into turn 1. Copy down the inside does send one. Light Cruiser didn't defend. Copy alongside Hugo right on the back, though, of Pretorius. I'm trying to keep my eye on both of these at the same time. Light Cruiser manages to keep that position for the time being, but Hugo right on the back as they go into the tight right-hander. No real DRS
Kazakhs.
advantage, and that might be it for Hugo, who did make just a small mistake there. He was trying very, very hard. Nothing to lose, of course. Wow is 5 seconds behind him, but it looks like Pretorius is going to hang on. It's been a quite brilliant drive by the Mercedes driver. To beat Hugo in any situation in F1 2020 these days is a big deal, but certainly Pretorius has made it count. He made the strategy count. Hugo's still close as they come off the last corner, but it's not close enough. And Pretorius wins at Zandvoort. Fantastic race.
That was absolutely brilliant. And yellow flags? I thought, okay, never mind. I thought we lost someone, but yeah, Wow comes across the line in P3. He'll be kicking himself for that decision to go on the hards, but in the end, even without that, on the intermediates, the other two were just a little bit faster than him. And Jensen P4 after the spin. Danny, great recovery, and Leikuser just about saves himself across the... Oh, we've actually lost... Oh, wow, that's Jensen who's lacking...
just in an Astro! Oh, Astro almost losing it off the last corner! He caught it, and crossing the line. Oh, just not a penalty, though.
Oh, wow. That would have been tragic for Astro, actually. Fox is going to take the last point, and... Gary and Bryce, who've been fighting a little bit earlier, but there were more important things to watch, are also going to finish the race. Gary with a little bit of a struggle in this one compared to his past performances, but I mean, there's hope. Bryce finishes in P11 actually because of the penalty, so that has been Zandvoort, and my god, what a race, what a track. It's been brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's something to be said, because like a lot of the time with motor racing in general, there's you know, lamentations, I guess, that you can't overtake. In no situation could you overtake. Blah blah blah. Tracks are too difficult for overtaking. But sometimes when overtaking is difficult, that's when you get the best races, because you get this sort of back and forward between two drivers who. Hugo a little bit faster, but not able to make a pass, and you get these sort of moments where they're close and moments where there could be potentially a move, and only a small mistake will do it, and the tension builds and builds and builds. But in the end of it, at the end of it, Pretorius hangs on, and it'll go down as one of the great drives, I think.
Yeah, I mean, similar to how in Baku, for example, because of the long DRS rates, you're hopefully never gonna see a move into the castle section, because like, why would you do something risky and flashy when you can just take the safe route? But in Zandvoort there is no safe route, so you have to work for your overtakes, and the result is that those overtakes then look a good bit more spectacular, and this race has definitely proved that just because the track is hard to overtake doesn't mean that these drivers are not capable of pulling it off. Now we gotta decide on the driver of the day. I've got two people in mind, and well, those are Danny for his recovery from P20 after being disqualified to P5, but mainly Pretorius, because that was an outstanding drive, taking his first win in 2 seasons, and being able to defeat Euros on equal grounds.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, for me, there's only one candidate, and it's Pretorius. Danny with a really good drive, but he did bin it in qualifying, and he also spun early on in the race as well. So there was a little bit of good fortune in there. Really good drive to P5 nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, Pretorius deserves it for me. Played the strategy right, and held his nerve for those last 7 laps or so, that he was under pressure from. Who I think is, and I mean, I don't mean this in any way other than he's a fantastic driver, but he is the best driver in the league right now, is Hugo, and I don't think there's really a debate about that at the moment in terms of pace and in terms of consistency. He is the best, but Pretorius showing that he can compete, and that he can, given the right circumstances and given the right strategy, which he got today. He's managed to beat him in a straight fight.
It looks like Danny's gonna be fuming. Oh no.
Well, you got the games driver of the day by starting last and finishing 5th, so that's
that is true. I brought your name up, okay? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I think for me, I think Danny would be second on that list, but you know, it's for me, it's Pretorius and then a gap and then Danny and then everyone else. I think he was driver of the day by some distance for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Danny.
On a track like okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not really Monaco, is it? Let's be honest. Zandvoort is definitely not Monaco. And yeah, Jensen saying without rain it could have been perfect.
Right, what? You agree with me? Monaco is terrible, right, Tara? Right.
I don't think Monaco is terrible. I think it's a fun time. I'm glad there's only one of them a season, but I'm glad there is one of them a season. It's something different, you know. Should we bring Pretorius in and have him talk to us about that race? Because Pretorius, that was incredible. That was really incredible to watch. How were you feeling in those last 7 laps or so with a driver of Hugo's quality behind you?
I mean, I think at one point my heart rate went higher than my revs in the car. It was pretty horrible. But yeah, I just defended as the best I could, and luckily it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, with the I guess with the rain and no DRS, that makes it a little bit easier. But still, the rain makes it also easier to make a mistake. And you didn't make a mistake for those 7 laps. So I mean, you must be really pleased.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting to win, so of course I'm pleased. But yeah, I got the strategy right, I think, with the soft. Hugo's was, I mean, he was so fast in quali with that lap time on mediums, so I thought he was going to pull him to the rain and win it that way. But I got a bit lucky with the rain, I guess, because it never really got that wet. It actually never really got wet enough for Inters, because Jeff kept saying that he wasn't sure about the tire selection.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the situation I think was confusing for a lot of people. Poor Galileo, who was making his debut, decided to pit for Inters in the safety car, which obviously was not the right decision. But yeah, I mean, what was going through your head and the safety car? Were you tempted to try something a little bit different rather than the softs? Were you tempted to go the mediums? Did you think that the softs were a risk?
I wasn't really sure at all. I just saw WoW going, and then I was like, all right, I guess I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna do the same as WoW. And then he went on hard times for some reason. It has something to do with I don't know, his forecast in some sort of extension he used where he has a different forecast, I guess. But
okay, interesting. I didn't know such things existed.
But, I guess it didn't work for him because he thought hards was going to be the right choice. But
yeah, hards. Yeah, I mean, I think always in conditions like that, you want to be on the softest tires you can. The difference between softs and hards gets magnified or amplified, I guess. So the softs were definitely the tire to be on. And you overtook Hugo on track when he had those mediums on, and just talk us through that. What was going through your head there?
Well, I mean, I saw he was struggling because I guess those medium tires were always like lap 25 or something. They must have been pretty horrible. So yeah, I just got alongside with the DRS and then went for it. Didn't really think much about it, I guess.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, it was just it was a brilliant drive. It was brilliant to watch. We had a lot of fun. That's your first win, I think, in a couple of seasons. I mean, that's no mean feat to win in SLR Tier 1. Are you confident? I mean, we got Barcelona next. Are you confident you're going to get more on the board this season?
I mean, I don't think I'm going to get any wins. But last season Barcelona was pretty horrible with DRS strength the whole way. I don't know if the updated chicane is going to change anything. Probably not. It's pretty much the same. So I think it will be a bit of a snooze fest maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Barcelona in real life too is doesn't always give us the best races, and yeah, it might be the case. Might be the case next week as well. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, just fantastic drive. Any shout outs you want to give?
Big shout out to Chief for critiquing me. He was excellent. and kept
He was
giving
cheering
info,
you
like,
on. Yeah, he was cheering you on in chat as well.
He kept giving me info how much ERS you guys had and all sorts of stuff. So he was a great help.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, it's good to have that support. And yeah, Chief is one of the best in the business.
Definitely.
Ocean Chief and Crew Chief. So yeah, well, congratulations again, and yeah, we'll hope for more. We'll hope for more good results this season. But Pretoria's back, and let's bring in Beamer. Beamer's I think leaving me to it. Feel free to jump in if you want to, Beamer, but I'm happy to do it otherwise.
Do whatever interview you want to.
Okay, well, let's bring in the AlphaTauri boys.
Hello,
Who
hello.
finished third and fourth. Hey guys. I mean, that was obviously the two up front were sort of in their own race at the end there, but third and fourth is a pretty good haul for you guys.
Yeah, but could have been more. I gained 2 seconds on Hugo on the interstint, so if I didn't spin out there, I could have been with those guys. But I think coming from P9, I can't complain too much on a track like Zandvoort, where overtaking is a bit difficult. Had some sneaky overtakes, so yeah, I'm happy with that. And finally, we outscored Williams for a change. We are closing in rapidly by 1 point, so.
There you go. All you need is another. I don't know what the point gap is actually, but I imagine it's like it's another what 5 seasons worth of races or something, and then
something like that. When we are almost having our pension, we will be there.
It's only 60 points.
60 points. Okay. Well, yeah. So
59 now.
Yeah, well, I mean, one race a week. So, next, what's 2 months from now?
Yeah.
Next September 2021, October 2021. That's when you'll be
in the lead.
Exactly, and I tried to kill Hugo to make up more points, but it didn't work out. It was a tricky one. I saw I had the chance there with the slipstream and DRS, no DRS, but I had a really good run, and I had slipstream, and Pretorius and Hugo were side by side. So I gained a little bit more speed there. But then, yeah, the cars in front of me were also changing a little bit of direction in the braking zone, which distracted me a little bit. So I outbroke myself there a bit. And then, I made a stupid spin. But I guess we should be fortunate to be third and fourth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's one of those situations, I guess, where you didn't have all that much to lose.
No.
You didn't get damage from it, so...
No, also on the Inters, I was driving really on the limit. I was like, I rather give it all and crash out than not try at all. So
yeah, absolutely right. That's the attitude to have. And yeah, I mean, a podium in your home race. I mean, are you pleased with that on balance?
Right.
Surely you are.
Wow got it.
Oh, hang on. Wow was. Oh, sorry.
I was third.
I got. In my mind, I had the order.
Thank you, Tara, for giving him a 5-second time penalty. I just got the memo. Thank you. Yeah, it's a really nice podium.
I mean, Netherlands is a neighbor country from Germany, so I kind of could count as my home race. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all of the top 4 could sort of count it as the home
probably.
race. Hugo's British. That's just across the water. We got Pretorius, who's Denmark. So he's next door.
He can learn Dutch very rapidly. So. Sorry, what did you say?
I mean, Deutsch. What's really the difference? It's like.
True.
Yeah, true.
It's like. After Hockenheim's been axed, we needed to annex another race as a home race, and we'll take whatever it needs.
Well, we could also take Austria.
I mean, that's what we usually do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have both now, so 2 home races.
We can honestly, we have so many neighboring countries. One race is going to go well, and then we just declare that.
Yeah. I hope it's fun, to be honest.
That's why Monaco is my home race this year.
Oh god, Monaco. Monaco is not going to be my home race. No.
No, you guys.
Only if you win in the lottery.
You guys can have Zandvoort and Austria. We have Zandvoort and Spa, so that's fair.
Oh, Spa also.
That's true.
God.
That's true.
I mean, it is in the same country. A famous Belgian racing driver Max Verstappen is born in. So.
You are so jealous, Beamer. When is,
I saw a comment on Reddit the other day that about that, and saying that Belgium's basically only a thought experiment anyway. So
Yeah.
He's got a point, but don't tell him that.
Yeah, true, true. So yeah, this is a real nice interview.
Yeah, no, it's we've stayed on track. We were professional to start the stream today.
Yeah.
We'll
definitely.
With Timo all the
we'll
time.
be professional. Yeah, and we'll be professional to finish it as well.
I was not the pretentious host who thinks he's unreplaceable, so he comes into the studio 3 hours late every single time we go on air. That's not how I handled myself today.
I know what happened.
Tara screwed it up, okay?
I know what happened, Timo. I think your watch stopped working yesterday at 8:15 CST. CEST.
I do not think so. Oh, actually, the sign-up for ACC start in 15 minutes. Thanks for.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
I have forgotten that. Oh god, I'm a good admin. Okay.
All right.
Anyways,
Anything else you wanna? Yeah. Anything else you guys wanna say? Any shout outs or anything like that? So I completely lost track of where we were in this interview.
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm just
okay.
gonna do that.
Same.
I apologize.
Oh, well,
I guess I could ask. WoW, did get a podium actually. Sorry, Jensen.
Yeah, no problem.
And I've not really asked him about his race, so
Yeah,
just in terms of like
Would be fair.
how was that for you? You pitted and put on the hards. In hindsight, would you have done that? Would you have done something different? What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, with the knowledge I now have, I wouldn't have gone for the hards. I would have gone for mediums. The reason I pitted for hards was because the forecast thing before the race showed heavy rain only at the last part of the race. So the last picture of the forecast was heavy rain. So I thought, okay, only there will be some wet weather driving, but rain came earlier as expected, and it kind of screwed me over. But
yeah, no, that's fair enough. And we had, which race was it that we had recently? Was it Australia that we had where there was like rain right at the end that was forecast?
No,
and it did come. Oh, that was in 2S. Okay, yeah.
I think.
But then the rain didn't ever come hard enough to. Yeah, that's right. It was because that was you and Hugo on the last lap, wasn't it? That's the reason he was out of position.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, the rain obviously arrived 10 laps early today.
Yeah. For me, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunate. I mean, to get a podium in those circumstances is really impressive, though.
Yeah, but apart from that, it's gonna be looking forward also to the next races.
We got
with Spain coming.
Yeah, Barcelona, right? So is it Monaco after Barcelona and then Baku, or what's the? I don't know.
I think Baku is first. If I
Baku
remember
is first.
correctly.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
Spain is a strong track from us. At least last season, Julian, Wow, and me were in a league of our own. That race. We're really far up ahead.
I won, and I want to repeat that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Hugo's here now, so
yeah,
it's he's pretty quick.
He's gonna be the one to beat for sure.
Yeah, but if Hugo's listening, I saw some cracks today, so he's invincible.
Yeah, there you go.
I think he's cracking on the championship pressure.
He also spun in quali last week, so he's not
that's
perfect.
true. Yeah,
I spun in quali this time.
No one has enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but we will be here every week for an interview. You can always drag us in together because that might save you some time as well.
Yeah, no, I always like to do that because it's nice to have the sort of it's nice to have the sort of back and forth. And
you hear some
little
background things like wow, let me buy as well pretty fast with those softs.
Yeah, I figured that was the case. I mean, presumably, because you guys, you mentioned in Australia that you don't do voice together. Do you still not do voice together?
No, we do it.
We do.
Actually, we do it since after the race in Australia.
Yeah. Okay.
The only reason I didn't do it first because I recorded and make videos out of it, but I just said to Wow, let's do it and have your voice over my game audio, and let's see what my subscribers if they like it, and it got 300 likes with Wow in it.
Yeah.
When I asked if they want to have him if they want to hear him more often in my videos. So I'm fine with that, and yeah, it's nice to work together. Especially normally, if one of us doesn't have bad luck, we will run pretty closely together most of the time. So it's good to discuss some things like who pits when and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's good. I always like watching race videos with with the the comms in there. I always think it's really interesting to hear that.
Yeah.
All right.
I find it also. I remember, Terror, when I won the 5th EGL tournament against you on 2 points. I listened the whole stream from you back because I just wanted to hear what the 2 SRL boys were saying about me and stuff in general. I also find it always interesting to listen how others experience their race, their point of view. So I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, no, that was. I remember the Silverstone race and the end of it, and I was
that's
the most surprised.
Yeah, well, and I both got a.
Oh, it was both of you. That's right.
Yeah, we both got one.
And now we are teammates.
Yeah.
We do it together now as well. United, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you want to wrap us up, Beamer?
Beam me up.
Oh no!
What a pun.
Oh no, Bong could go to joke jail. Yeah, so, anyways. Thanks for the interviews, guys.
And happy birthday, Timo!
Yeah, wish Timo happy birthday.
It's Timo's birthday. I forgot that it was Timo's
hope
birthday.
so
I did
much
see that
you
in
would
Discord and I
spare me.
forgot. I apologize.
I
No,
much you would
no.
spare me, but no, I'm not getting a day of Slack with you. It's terrible. I like how you've rebranded any final thoughts into "Do you want to wrap us up now?" because it sounds less mean. I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
That's all right. Well, I mean, now that you're 13, you can maybe do the act a
Well,
little bit.
What's this? Oh shit, James, I'm 42. You say I'm 13. Can you like?
It's
let's
okay.
add
I
them
mean-
together. Let's add them together. 55 is alright.
Oh dear. I'm retirement age and I haven't even gone to finished university. That's anyways. So,
Rip the Beamer.
I'm not 55 does not mean rip yet, okay? Okay, be a little bit more considerate. Thank you. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for being here in the interviews, and it was quite a good race. Next week we've got Barcelona coming up, so that is certainly going to be interesting. IRL, the track has some issues, like the races there are usually not as exciting, but in the game, with Dirty Air being not as potent as it is IRL, I think we have probably got some good racing ahead of ourselves next week, so make sure to watch that. Also tomorrow, to SLR will head to the Netherlands with probably some weather chaos, because this week I've been told we've had 75% rain over SLR, so that's fun. So I think 2S is going to be interesting, and yeah, make sure to watch that. Thanks for watching until this point, and good evening, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.